Since words play a primary role in almost any document we create in InDesign, let's examine some of the basic tools for handling words as text and type. Let's go to the Type tool on the toolbar, that's the T, click on it, go to our document and drag. You can see we've created a rectangle with a flashing cursor showing you that words can be entered into the box. I'm going to paste a sentence here. I'm going to copy out of a text program, which is one of the ways of getting words into your document. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dag. Well, it's not supposed to be dag, and you can see there's a red line underneath it. Why is this? This is because I have the dynamic editing turned on. To get to that, you go to Edit, Spelling, and you can see the dynamic editor there. Similarly, if I want to see a range of words that I might replace this with, I can highlight dag, go to Spelling, go Check Spelling, and it gives me a Check Spelling dialog box. It's got my original word there. It's got what it wants to change to. I'm going to drag down and find dog, highlight dog, and click Change. And it automatically changes so that it is correct spelling there. So as you can see, InDesign is a powerful text editor, this being one of the many features it allows for text editing. But it also allows you to set type. What am I talking about when I'm talking about setting type? Well, for our purposes, we make a distinction between text and type. Text we define as written or printed work regarded in terms of its content rather than its physical form. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. It's the content, not the words. Whereas type we define as the physical form of printed characters or letters, especially with reference to its size, form, and style. We'll set up a new box and type the word truck into the box. While we've typed it in as text, it actually is type, and we can see up in the options menu some of the various settings that we can use to control this as type. The very first box that we see is the typeface box, and the typeface in this case is Minion Pro. The next box down is the font box, which means it's which part of the family of Minion Pro that we're using. In this case, it happens to be Minion Pro Regular. The next box over is the size of the type. These are the three main options we'll use to control the type. So let's go quickly over to our size box just to give you an idea of what we can do here, and go down to 48 points, and you can see our type has gotten quite a bit bigger. Each point is the 72nd of an inch. So when we were at 12 point, it was about a 1/6 of an inch. Now that we're at 48 points, we're about 4/6 of an inch or 2/3 of an inch. And we've set truck quite a bit bigger. You can also go into your options box and just click on it and put in a number and hit the return key. And as you can see, our truck got quite a bit bigger. One of the most basic distinctions made between typefaces is whether a typeface is a serif face or a sans serif face. Here, Minion Pro that we've been looking at is a serif face, and it's defined as such because of these slabs here. As we're looking at the truck, you can see that we've got what are called slabs on the letter forms. Similarly, and I'm going to take and duplicate our truck. We're going to double click on it to activate it. We're going to highlight it by dragging our cursor across it. And we can go up to our typeface options menu, and by clicking on it, it shows us many different fonts that we can select here. I'm going to drag down to Arial, and I'm going to click on the arrow and put it into Arial Regular. And you can see that it's converted my type into what is called a sans serif font, in that it has no slabs on the letter forms. So this is one of our major distinctions in typefaces, is the difference between serif type and sans serif type. Serif type is often considered easier to read as body copy, where sans serif type is more oftentimes used as display type in publications, but on the web is oftentimes used as body copy also. Another option up in our menu here that we should go over quickly especially as we're setting type, sometimes you want to change the amount of letter spacing that exists between letters. You can do that by highlighting the letters, and then in your option here, go to -50, and as you can see, we have eliminated a lot of space between letters and changed the visual nature of the word. So in this section, we've talked about setting text into a box, being able to do spell checking on your text editor, setting type into a specific typeface and font, and the difference between sans serif and serif type, and how you might kern type.